A News 8 investigation has sparked a call for change in Austin. Last month, we told you we discovered abuse in Texas nursing homes is nearly 4 times the national average, and a broken system is largely to blame. Our 6-month-long investigation uncovered how violent criminals are often left to care for some of our most vulnerable, but perhaps not for long. Charlotte Huffman has been living and breathing this story from the start. She joins us with what changes might be ahead tonight. Charlotte?
After our story exposed hundreds of violent offenders slipping through the cracks, state regulators issued a notice to all nursing homes telling them to double-check their employees' backgrounds. And now a state lawmaker is pledging to take it a step further. But first, listen to what one woman who has spent years working in Texas nursing homes told us.
I hate how the elderly are treated. I hate how the workers are treated. There are so many things that go on in a nursing home. I would never put my own grandmother in a nursing home because of the stuff I've seen.
After Emily Bailey saw our story, she decided it was time to speak up.
Nobody ever really talks about, from an AIDS point of view, what's really going on in most of these facilities, and probably half of the abuse that goes on. There could be an explanation.
She says not only are nurse aides with a history of abuse often left to care for the elderly, but bad behavior often goes ignored.
And you knew they were doing drugs. You knew that they were drinking, but sometimes these facilities just swept it under the rug because they came not sober, but were still able to do the job.
When you saw our investigation, what was your first reaction?
I said, something needs to be done. Y'all perform a very important service because a lot of times you don't know you have a problem until somebody brings it to your attention.
State Representative Bill Zedler sits on the Public Health Committee, so we explained to him how nurse aides like James Pruitt are flying under the state's radar. Look Pruitt up on the state's nurse aide registry, and you'll see his certificate is clean, meaning he's eligible to work in a nursing home. But by state law, he shouldn't be. Court records show Pruitt was convicted of assault last year after he choked and pushed his girlfriend down a stairwell. But state regulators don't know that because no one is doing routine background checks. Representative Zedler wants to change that.
And so I talked to the people at Health and Human Services.
Together, Zedler says they've come up with a fix. Require an FBI background check like some other states do. Right now in Texas, nurse aide applicants get a one-time background check through the Texas Department of Public Safety. It's part of the initial certification process. Zedler says an FBI background check would not only be more thorough, but it would catch nurse aides like Pruitt who rack up convictions long after they're first certified.
If we do the FBI background investigation, the Health and Human Services Department, which handles the certification for nurse aides, would get a monthly printout. Here are the people that violated, the law.
So then it would be up to DHHS to look at this paper that they get monthly and see that John or Jane Doe had a conviction that should bar them from certification and then take the steps to revoke that certification.
Exactly.
See if we had done our
people like Susan Hodges say not so fast. She's not opposed to stricter background checks, but as a former nursing home administrator who used to hire nurse aides, she says the bar is set low for a reason.
Because I do not believe that you can have a employee pool to pull from except that group of people that for some reason can't get a better job. That's the type of people that you're really going to get in this situation.
Why? Because the job is tough.
We're overworked. We are stressed out mentally.
It's dirty.
You're basically a certified butt cleaner. You clean up poop, you clean up pee, basically day in and day out.
And the pay?
Is crap. I'm sorry, but it's crap. Between $8.50 to up to $10 an hour.
This all adds up to a job few qualified workers are willing to do.
I would rather work at McDonald's instead work as a CNA ever again.
And an industry that hires criminals in order to keep their businesses running. Nursing homes have told us, if you raise the bar to the point where people with certain convictions are ineligible, we're not going to be able to staff these facilities.
I think we're going to have to look at that. And again, it may be that the state may have to end up putting more money into the program. But again, when you look at what can happen if you don't do this, I think that's one of the fundamental responsibilities of the state.
Is it accurate to tell our viewers who have people in nursing homes and are concerned about them and their safety that this will be resolved?
Yes, absolutely. This will be resolved.
Well, if he can't get the job done through regulatory changes, Zedler says he'll file new legislation next session, and you can bet we'll hold him to it. If the systemic flaws we've exposed remain unfixed, I'll be back here to tell you who and what is standing in the way. Charlotte Huffman, Channel 8 News.
All right, Charlotte, thank you.